You are at the University of Bourgogne-Franche-Comté. You're at the Institut Marey. You're in the CAPS laboratory, Cognition, Action and Sensoromotor Plasticity, where we work on the analysis of movement. You will find pictures of Etienne-Jules Marey, our mentor, and the cameras you see there are the tools that we now use to collect the data of the movement in the 3 spatial dimensions when needed. We are going to talk about brain, movement and music, so that you have a minimum basic understanding and to find out why suddenly we are here with this music, this tango, and that it looks like it's working. And we also like to talk about what we call motor cognition. Ahead of this movement, there is the hidden part of the iceberg, which develops at the cerebral level. If altered neuronal connections fail, we act on all the remaining ones. Music induces a kind of incitement to movement. This implicit side appears to be the most important. The more people have deteriorated, the more it is true. There will be revelations for you in tango, in anticipation. We are going to work with a very important structure, the spine. Imagine being able to lengthen your spine. This allows us to become aware of our axis. And Silvana is going to close her eyes, and we will do the same thing with one hand. We will change the body weight, and so she will follow. Can you feel how the other is moving? It's a skill for you when you accompany someone to be able to feel when he's out of balance. It gives you extra safety when accompanying people. It's more difficult to balance like this than if I just touch the ground. Remaining contact with the ground is very interesting. Every time I move, I reconstruct all my posture. Listening to the other person gives you information. This is really something we can experiment in tango. This is what makes tango the art of walking together. Not at the same time, together. We can also do it without touching each other. Something important I wanted to tell you is to work on creating this intention to go to each other. And tango allows that. There is a shared balance. Use this intention, your interest for the other person. Your mental attitude is really important. You must know what you want to do while listening to the other person, and that's not easy. This is what it's all about, all right? It is the way you establish relations with the other. After that, there are the steps, the ones we have, the ones we will learn later, the ones that do not exist yet. When we hug, we meet halfway. Did you notice that? We do it naturally, without even thinking about it. In tango, even if we are apart, and we do the abrazo, we do the same thing. It's really about this consciousness of a cornerstone. So we will close the superior path, which is something that will unite us, and that will allow us to create this stability. It's also a protection. The notion of anxiety is in fact central. Reassuring enables the opening to something else. Let's split into groups of 3 or 4 where you want. Try to imagine what we have learnt today. put a small workshop together.
Sans problème. Voilà, et en arrière.
We have learned all these concepts that look a bit like blocks. Afterwards, when you dance, these are tools. Here you've danced. We forget about the work we've done and have fun.
Tac, 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 tac.
We play.
Tac, tac.
That's what Argentine tango is all about. It's this freedom to be in the moment, to be present with the one you are dancing with. On the first day, I was told about tango, and I did not know anything about it. I was wondering why tango and not something else, another song, other music, other dance. I was pleasantly surprised, because that's moved me a lot. And I think this is really something I'm going to keep in mind, being attentive to others. And what I realized is that with this relation with the other person, watching him or her will enable him or her to move in a way that they couldn't do. It's not a leisure activity. It is like medicine. My mentor in movement, my teacher, she is now 92. She lives in a retirement home, and I have to say that when I visit her, it makes me very sad, because there's not much to stimulate the people who are there. And it's made me want to widen the audience of people with whom I work. If we do it, we see what is happening, and the colleagues also see what's happening, and it's worth it. Managed to carry out a rather large study with a big enough sample to see the impact, the effect of our interventions on these people. You see all these places where there is nothing. I saw that there were people from Clermont-Ferrand here. I saw that there were people from Vichy, Chambéry, all these places where there's nothing. We should set up things there. 2 retirement homes have taken over the project, have carried it out in their own structure, with different activity leaders who gathered once a week. There was the joy of dancing, the joy of sharing, and the joy to get together with others. I even noticed a very tired lady, almost bedridden, for a moment, maybe 15 minutes, waking up, coming back to life, moving her arms, smiling. She looked at me wide-eyed. She communicated with me. In San Francisco, it's a day center. And what have we asked? Clarissa, from Buenos Aires, to carry out a workshop for people at home in San Francisco? Why not? New technologies are only tools, and then what do we put into it? In laboratories like ours, we started early enough to insert movement and to try to see how one who watches the movement reacts or is capable of learning from the observation on a screen.
¿Cómo se siente esta sensación cuando la hacen?
Through this activity that can be pleasant, bring joy, certainly, we are in likelihood to be able to act retroactively on the function, maybe even on the structure within the framework of pathological aging.